Rest here, weary traveler. You've had enough scrolling on the internet for one day. So sit down, relax, and let me tell you a story about how I got a big old coyote right there in that pasture. And I did get it on film with the DNT Optics TNC 225R ThermNight multispectral scope paired with the FX Airguns 30 caliber Panthera Hunter Compact. This is a super deadly combination for hunting anything up to coyote size out to about 150 yards. So with that said, we'll go ahead and get into the story here. So it was a Friday night, like many others. My brother-in-law Andy was sitting here with his Stoker Scout, and he has it topped with a DNT Optics Zulus, which I actually did a review on earlier. It's the same exact unit that I did in the review that he now owns. So we were sitting here having a couple of beverages, shooting mice out of the log piles as we do, which, by the way, is some of the most fun you can have hunting. Number one, they're huge pests that we want to keep out of the shed. Number two, they run around like crazy all over the log piles, and it is very challenging to shoot them sometimes. So with the digital scopes, I mean, especially with me having thermal, they really can't hide from me. The expertise comes in actually being able to land a shot on them while they're running around. So anyway, Andy and I were having a lot of fun doing that when all of a sudden we hear a coyote howling somewhere over there. So I look over to Andy and say, hey man, should we go and get that guy and run after him? And he's like, we'll probably spook him. Don't care. So I got up, we both ran over there, and as we're running over there, I did put the thermal up to my eye and I could see that there was a coyote, but he was running away pretty fast. So without even being told, Andy did a really good hunting move. This property is on a slope like this, and he went up top where there is a foundation of an old shed that was there. It's just a concrete slab, and that concrete slab often does not have any leaves on it, so it's very quiet. If you want to post up and sit there, you're not crunching around too much in leaves. So also you can lay prone and see over this whole property from there. So he went up there and did that, and I stayed at the bottom of the hill, this was a smart thing, because if he was going to have to shoot, he'd be shooting over me, not on the same plane. So a little bit of enhanced safety there, but good for him. Thank you, Andy, for knowing what to do without even being told. So anyway, he's at the top of the hill on the slab. I am midway up the hill, and I'm trying to be very conscious here because, you know, we do have some neighbors, and I don't want errant shots flying anywhere near their property to cause any harm or do any damage to any of their stuff. So with that said, I got what I thought was a pretty suitable position, and I started just lip squeaking, just like this. Just a little trick I learned from some hillbillies down in Charleston, Illinois when I was a college student. But to my absolute surprise, I was watching the coyote running away in my scope, and once I started lip squeaking, that thing did a complete 180 and started coming back looking for an easy meal. And it's at that point that my heart started thumping pretty hard there, and I called him right in by lip squeaking to within probably 35 yards when I broke the shot. So let's take a look at the footage, and then I'll just let you see it raw, and then after we'll kind of do a sports style breakdown of exactly what happened there.
Tango down. Tango down, dude.
Tango down?
Yep.
Yes.
Tango down.
All right, let's run that back. So he walks up, according to my little squeaks here, and I break the shot. Nails him right in the chest. Now let's take a closer look at that. And pause it. Right there, you can see the projectile in the air in the top with the IR not even on. He hits it, sends him into a fury. He's not even sure where I'm at. So what happens next is he's like, what the hell was that? He runs off, and right about here, I take another shot. It hits something behind him, scaring him, and he takes off running full speed, and that was all the gas he had in the tank. That is it. And just to make sure he doesn't go anywhere, of course, I'm putting a couple of extra ones right in the dome.
All right, so you've got the whole story. That was pretty cool, man. What an experience that was to drop that big coyote. And here's a photo of me next to that thing. It was pretty big. So basically what happened was I loaded up a hybrid 44.5 grain slug in here and hit him right in the heart with it. And as soon as I took that second shot while he was trying to move away, I hit something behind him, and that spooked him, and he went running. And just that act of him running with a heart shot on him was enough to instantly drain his gas tank. And so he fell down, and I got all excited, as you could see in the video, and just started laying a couple more shots right at his head that I could see exposed, because I have shot coyotes with air guns before, and even real firearms. Sometimes this happens. Coyotes are tough, man. And sometimes you might shoot them and they'll hit the dirt and you'll think they're done, and you start walking up on them and they'll get up and run away. I'm sure other hunters of deer and things like that have seen similar occurrences. So I wanted to make sure he was down, and he was definitely down. So yeah, that's how it all went down. Big coyote with the help of the DNT Optics ThermNight scope, man. This is definitely my favorite digital optic, and without this thing, that kill would not have been possible. And the way I've got this Hunter Compact 30 tuned is amazing. I'm running it at 175 bar. The only internal modification that I've done is a 14.5 gram Huma hammer in there. And that's enough to crack that valve at 175 bar, yielding me right around 90 foot-pounds of energy with this thing. And I'll easily hit my 4-inch plate out there at 150 yards with this gun, which is surprising because it is a compact with only a 395 millimeter barrel. But anyway, I'll leave links for all this stuff in the description and comments in case you guys want to duplicate a similar setup. But time and time again, I think that's my 4th or 5th coyote with this setup. It has proven majorly effective. So anyway, you can get back to your scrolling. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the little video here, and we'll catch you on the next one. Peace.